welcome back to New Entry Wrestling Podcast. I am your host. I'm your host, Ian. Co-host ever. I thought I called myself a host.
Hey guys.
Anyways, we're gonna be talking about AEW. What's been going on with AEW? Whatever. What has been going on? You mentioned about something about AEW having another show.
Yeah, this AEW is gonna be working on a third televised show called Collision. It's gonna come out a Saturday show. It's gonna be a Saturday show.
Night or day?
Night. So it's gonna compete directly against most companies' pay-per-views, if they're on Saturdays. So it's gonna compete, it's gonna be June 17th, live from the United Center, right here in the Chicagoland area. Well, downtown Chicago, but we're in the Chicagoland area. But allegedly, it's gonna have CM Punk back in the company against Jericho. So, but that's just the rumor that.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be an all-out,
all-in
pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, that they say because it's in Chicago, they want to bring back CM Punk to Chicago, like how he debuted in Chicago last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, so that's the rumor that the AEW Collision is gonna be a weekly show on a Saturday night. So it's gonna be probably maybe I think even Ring of Honor is on Saturday, right?
I have no idea.
But yeah, it's gonna compete directly with like any pay-per-view or that's.
So they're gonna have Dynamite on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They have Dark and Elevation on YouTube.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. And then they have Rampage Friday night, and then they're gonna have Saturday night, and then pay-per-views either Saturday or Sunday. Well, they're probably gonna have pay-per-views on Sunday.
Sundays only, because they're like, oh, WWE doesn't do Sundays anymore besides WrestleMania, and like, so they probably be like, oh, we'll do Sundays too.
Jeez.
And outside, that's a lot. And then with the third show, they might do a draft. They might start because they have a lot of people. I don't think I could name everybody on the roster.
You probably can. You probably could.
I mean,
but then finding out that Sky Blue just signed a AEW contract not that long ago, thinking that she's been with the company. She's been with the company, but everybody thought she already had a contract. But no, she just signed a contract,
and she signed it with Ring of Honor. So I don't know how they're gonna do Ring of Honor. I think Ring of Honor.
No, she's AEW.
Oh, okay. See, that's the thing too. Like, and they just signed Commander. I don't know where he falls into this. He's obviously going to be in Mexico more often or stay in the U.S.
Right.
But like I don't know if they do a draft that's three. Well, Dark and Elevation are like YouTube shows, so they're not really like part of the TV series. They're more like dark matches, and they have like it's like how WWE have Velocity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like 3 televised shows, that's like that's how WWE had like Raw, SmackDown, and ECW or NXT. But who's the NXT in that? Like who's the
that's the
Ring of Honor's the NXT. But how are they gonna, so they're gonna have exclusive people on each roster, on each show? Because that'll be kind of a good way to use everybody. Because some people I haven't seen in months. Like they re-sign people, but they don't use them.
But then you have people who were on Dynamite on Rampage.
Yeah,
so like you said, WWE did have at one point. WWE did have a lot of wrestling company shows.
Yeah,
but they had Raw. Raw had Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, and then SmackDown had Velocity,
yeah,
and then
they did main event or they did like Superstars,
and then eventually it became main event and then Superstars. I believe Raw had Superstar and then SmackDown had main event, or it was the other way around.
And then 205 Live came out, and then that was a SmackDown.
Yeah,
and then so it was like,
and then there was NXT.
Yeah, and NXT has NXT Level Up, so it's kind of like
So WWE's been doing it, but they had a what's it called? A draft.
Yeah.
A brand split.
Yeah.
But AEW doesn't have that. That's the issue.
Yeah, but that's so they might want to do that.
Right.
Because I think with Dark and Elevation, they have more like the indie people. Like they'll have like one-on-one or 2 people that are not even in the company. They'll be like, Tayo Backward or some local lady from like
to get a tryout. It's basically a tryout. Yeah.
But they signed so much people that like I don't even know who works any. I would have to like make a list of every wrestler on the roster and see how often they wrestle per week. And I'll probably see like Miro hasn't wrestled. Andrade is suspended. I don't remember the last time Murphy had a match, Buddy Murphy. Like I would have to.
He had a match
recently.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it's so much people. Like how would you do a brand, like an actual brand split? And then how are you going to do the championships? Like are you going to have 3 championships now for each show? Or are you going to keep the AEW champion on all 3 shows? That's a lot of wrestling. Imagine you're the champion. You have to not wrestle all of them, but like you have to be on Dynamite. You have to be on Rampage. You have to be on Collision, and then the pay-per-view that Sunday.
But then Rampage is recorded on Wednesdays now,
so it's the same day.
Yeah, it's the same day.
But they're still wrestling twice probably if they have to, or like the TBS or like Jay Cargo has to wrestle. She wrestles on Dynamite and Rampage. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like
that's just so much, man.
That's a lot.
That's why I just stick to WWE and Impact.
So is Collision going to be filmed with Ring of Honor, or is it going to be filmed? That's all. If you're gonna film Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision the same day, you're gonna have to watch. If you're watching it live, you have to be there for 6-7 hours.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah,
nothing against AEW. It's just the reason why we stopped. I personally stopped watching. I still follow it.
Yeah,
but I just can't watch it anymore because it's just so much going on. It's like, plus I'm already, when I watch WWE and Impact, I'm up to date. I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. I know what to talk about. I know what to expect on this pay-per-view storylines. I follow everything. But with AEW, I'm just like, damn, this story is still going on. This whole rivalry started like 4 months ago, and it's like, wait, what's going on? I thought this person had a feud with this person. Now they're that was like just the build up one match.
Or they'll even like start a feud on Dark, like randomly on Dark. Right. Like you would, and then they expect you to know that. Then you watch Rampage and you expect to know that they started a feud on Dark, and then and then on Dynamite they don't even acknowledge each other. They're not even like they're like on the same team, and then on Rampage they're rivals. And then let's say Collision comes out, and then next thing you know, on Collision they're a tag team randomly. Like, oh, we're a tag team match now. Like, so what happened between Dark, Rampage, Dynamite, and let's say Collision? Like you have to watch every single piece. You have to watch Dark to understand the feud.
Be a diehard fan to like. Maybe that's why they like it, because it's like if you're a diehard fan and you follow everything, maybe that's why you enjoy it.
But I think the brand split, if they do it, it'll help me understand more, because then I don't have to like watch. Yeah, because I don't have to be like Dynamite and Rampage. Like, wait, why is Taya Valkyrie facing this lady? Oh, they started a feud on Dynamite, or they had a match on Dark or Elevation. Okay, now I don't have to. So Dark will be exclusive to Rampage, or Elevation will be exclusive to Ring of, and then Ring of Honor, just keep that separate. Like, just keep it like Ring of Honor. Don't have like Cesaro or what Claudio on Dynamite. He's a Ring of Honor champion. Keep him on Ring of Honor.
Or take the belt off him.
Take the belt off him and put him on Dynamite or something, or Rampage.
Even when we were back when it was just WWE or even Impact Wrestling, whatever, there was people that only watched SmackDown. There was people that only watched.
That was me. I will watch. I'll be a SmackDown kid for sure. Every Friday night, SmackDown. Raw, I would watch once in a while because we didn't have cable. Because SmackDown was like UPN.
Raw was difficult growing up. It was difficult for me to stay up that late because it was a Monday.
Oh yeah, and it'll be like I think it wasn't 3 hours yet, but it'll start like at 8:00.
It started at 8,
and it was on cable, and I like no cable, so I would watch SmackDown on UPN.
Yeah, and at a certain point, I couldn't even watch SmackDown, and once I got cable, I couldn't stay up that late because it was a school night. But once I got a little bit older, that's where it was like, okay, I was able
SmackDown
to watch
be a Friday. I'm like, oh, I don't go to school the next day. I could stay up,
But even when it was on a Thursday night,
it
was 7 to 9.
Yeah. So and then if you have to like your parents force you to bed, you're like, oh, okay, it's still early. But like, wow, you have to stay up. Like
you had to stay up.
And your parents didn't want to buy cable at the time. My parents didn't want to buy cable.
So I don't know. So it's like once it goes to a draft, a brand split, I feel like it'll be easier. Organized. But how long are they gonna keep that up?
Yeah, because I like
Tony Khan's the only booker.
Yeah, that's a lot of booking.
That's a lot of booking.
And then you have to like have like 200 plus people. I don't know how we're at right now. At this point, they're signing the people once a week or twice a week. I'm like, oh, this guy's a wrestler, but then you'll see them once, and then you'll see them in indies for like months. But then I'll be like, oh, that's good. He has work.
What's his name? Joey Janela? Something like
Janela
that.
got released a while ago.
Yeah, but he
was in GCW.
He was like one of the top guys.
First guys, yeah.
Yeah, the first guys, and like the first 5 to 6 months, and then they just stopped using him.
And then he like, oh, I'm no longer with the company. I'm like, what? You were still there?
Fired, yeah.
But I mean, I do like all the wrestlers. I'm just saying, like, if I had to follow, let's say I have a top 10 wrestlers, to follow them, I have to watch like 5 different shows in a week. That's a lot. Yeah. I mean, I could barely watch Raw. I could just mostly watch SmackDown and NXT and maybe a little bit of Raw. I'll try to balance that out. And then Impact, there's only one show. you know, and then with like NWA, there's like 2 shows.
Yeah.
But you have to, let's say one wrestler wrestles on Dynamite, Dark, Elevation, Rampage, and then they bring this new show in. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot.
Well, that's on them.
Yeah.
But going on to, they're bringing back, AEW is bringing back All In.
Nice.
So my thing is, are they done with All Out? Or did they bring it All In just because they're trying to go into a stadium? They're trying to fill 20,000 people, right? Or how much?
Wembley?
Yeah.
It said it could fit 50,000 or more, but they can probably fit like, they say they probably make, because of the stage and all that, probably like 30,000.
Do you honestly think? Okay, so here's the thing. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Just because it's All Out.
It's a UK though.
And it's in the UK.
They're more like Impact. They're not like WWE's fans. I mean, they are, but
they're just straight up wrestling fans.
Yeah.
They're not WWE. They're just straight up wrestling fans. So one, I feel like it is possible. Two, I don't. The only
it depends who they bring in.
I don't think it's who they bring in.
No.
Because it's gonna be a 4 or 5 hour show. So that alone, they're gonna have a lot of great, and then they're gonna have great matches. Let's face it.
Yeah, that'll be a good match.
But I think that it's possible. I just don't think they need CM Punk. Would that help? Yes. But at the same time, it's just like CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. 2 guys who are like former WWE guys, and then they're thinking about having the Elite versus CM Punk and FTR. And I'm just like, that's not a stadium match. That's a great match, but I don't think that's a stadium match.
No.
Chris Jericho versus CM Punk, that's a stadium match. CM Punk versus Goldberg, that's a stadium match. CM Punk versus Sting is a stadium match.
Sting versus Goldberg.
Oh, I wouldn't build that matchup alone, but it is a stadium match.
So what matches would you have outside of those ones?
That's the thing.
I want Jade Cargill to be like, you think she could fill a stadium show?
No.
I
don't even think CM Punk can. All I'm saying, AEW All Out, All In, yes. The pay-per-view alone. I just don't think CM Punk alone. If this AEW is just building up CM Punk, no, I don't think so. No. Even CM Punk versus Kenny Omega, it's not even. You will have to do the one match I really think it's possible is CM Punk versus Okada.
Ooh.
That's like the only match I feel like people would be like, that will sell out.
That would be more of the Forbidden Door. I'm thinking like, because I would combine those two, Forbidden Door would be more Okada versus CM Punk.
I would not, no. Because you could have, Okada was in the All Out or the first All In.
Yeah.
So I would say CM Punk and Okada to be that big match to build up. I wouldn't do Forbidden Door because you still have your AEW championship. You have MJF. He will most likely main event the show unless, you have CM Punk and Okada. But I feel like for your first stadium, and if you do sell out, it should be AEW, your world championship. Not because if you have CM Punk main event, all you're doing is saying CM Punk is the reason why we sold these tickets. That's why CM Punk should not be in the main event for All In. I'm just gonna keep saying All Out. Of course, I have it now. So, and then once again, you shouldn't have CM Punk in the world title picture because what happened?
2 titles, and it was like what, a month total reign? How much was the reign?
CM Punk should be. I have no idea. It was like less than 80 days.
Oh yeah, okay.
So less than 60 possibly. But I would have CM Punk. No, actually, no. I think it was only 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Got injured. Yeah. The other one's suspension.
Yeah.
So he got suspended it was like under 2 weeks because he won it, then he got injured, so he had to vacate it. And then the other one, he won it, and then the same night they suspended him for the brawl.
Yeah, so he was only like maybe 21 days, something like that, maybe in a month.
2 reigns in 21. That's like really bad.
So I would have CM Punk at the show, but I would not have him in the main event. I would just be like, he'd just be the one selling tickets.
Yeah.
But because if you have him close out the show, it's basically you're saying, yeah, we only got here because of him. And you want to have MGF close out the show, or whoever's champion. Most likely is going to be MGF. So I would have MGF. But the question is, who should MGF face? I say Adam Cole. Adam Cole versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. You have the one of your biggest baby face versus your top heel. Everybody going to say Adam Cole, baby. That's gonna just right there. That's money right there. I feel like that should be the main event. You just gotta keep building up. Adam Cole is the top baby face. Stop. I love Adam Cole as a heel, but he has a cool catchphrase where it's like he has to be a baby face. And also, Adam Cole looks like an average guy, which makes like the little kids be able to look up to him more. Because he's not the biggest guy, he's not the tallest guy, but he's really great in the mic and he's a great wrestler. So, and he's very entertaining. So
okay,
yeah.
And what about the women's division? Who would you see? Because I would see Soraya because she's from the UK, so that kind of they'll probably like. Oh, she's she's from the UK. She's home. See, that's kind of tough. Like, who's the champion right now?
Jamie still.
Oh, Jamie Hayter. Oh, she's from the UK actually.
I wouldn't like.
No, yeah, see, I'm like, you have to bring in Mercedes Moné.
Well, no, the
Mercedes. Sasha.
Are you asking me? Is that something like to build up or could fill up a stadium,
or you're saying like at the show?
Just it wouldn't be my priority. Yeah, because I would be having like, for me, my main key would be I will have MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. I will have the Elite. See, I wouldn't even know who I would have the Elite face. It's like I wouldn't want to see CM Punk and FTR. I really wouldn't want to see that.
They're real friends, so that's kind of like, but still, like,
it's not a must see, or it's like basically saying like, do you want to see this match at WrestleMania? It's like, no, not really. It's like, no. I mean, like Survivor Series or any other pay-per-view, sure, but not at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
which is All Out is their version of that's their WrestleMania. So it's like, no, I wouldn't want to see that. I want to know who the Elite. Unless you get the Young Bucks to face the Hardy Boys again.
Maybe one. Jeff Hardy says he's going to retire, maybe.
Ooh, Kenny Omega versus Jeff Hardy. That would be nice. So I would like to see that. But I don't know. Do you think All Out is going to be, or All In is going to be sold out?
I think it would be. I just don't know, like...
Do you think it's because of the pay-per-view, the event, or do you think it's going to be because of a wrestler like CM Punk or even Goldberg?
I would say just because of the UK crowd is, like you said, they're wrestling fans. They love wrestling. I mean, Clash of the Castle was crazy. I would love to have been in that arena. But yeah, I think it would sell out because of the crowd itself, but not because of the actual matches.
Right.
The matches would be good.
The event, basically.
The event would be good, but I don't think they're going to sell out completely. But I think it'll be almost a sellout. If it's completely sold out, I'll be great,
Right.
But I don't think it's gonna completely sell out.
Why not? Yeah, because I feel like the pay-per-view All In is it's what's gonna sell out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the matches. And plus, once again, why would they want CM Punk after what he did to AEW? Why are they gonna bring him back and say you're gonna be the guy to help us sell out tickets? What? Why?
He loses one match and he's gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I could, he's gonna leave. Yeah. Like, you're gonna build.
He didn't even wanted to lose to Jon Moxley either for the first time.
Exactly. So it's kind of like it's tough. There's so many young guys on our roster that it could use, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's wrap up this quick episode. So until next time, I don't know what's gonna be next time. Oh, look out for fantasy booking for Backlash. Yeah, and we're also gonna have a future episode of our own version of our draft picks. So
there to be a draft because we talked about AEW draft. But hey, if the AEW has a draft, we already did an episode. We could always update it too.
Yes. Well, if there is a draft for AEW, we will do a future AEW draft. So Ever, take us home, baby.
All right, this is it for our episode, listeners. I'm Ever, and this is Ian,
and we are out.
Bye, guys. Doo-doo-doo. Yay!